Good morning everybody, my name is Osa. We are playing Farming Sim 19 on Oakfield Farm Farming Agency Edition, and unfortunately this week I was kind of busy, so I didn't get a lot done during the off period. We have managed to cut the clover in our fields behind the cowshed, and I am in the process of wrapping them. We have enough clover hay, we have enough clover silage on the farm to keep the sheep happy for at least a year. Previously I might have estimated for longer than a year, but because we produce 750 more sheep over the winter, it seems to me that we tend to go through food a lot quicker during the winter months. Surprisingly, I think our sugar beets are going to last us until the harvest, which I thought 50 crates of sugar beets were totally insufficient for the year. But heightened usage over the winter and spring months while our sheep were producing, and then pretty much negligible consumption of sugar beets in the last 3 months, we might actually make it. We're now, what's it, day 7, late summer. So first day of late summer, and the clover's ready, so that's a good thing. We're not going to be able to harvest any fields until I think mid-fall is when our fields ripen. So we're a little way off from that. I was kind of hoping to get a little bit closer to mid-fall. But our harvested fields have been planted with oilseed radish. Not that it's growing yet, as you can see from the field just over that hedgerow to the left. So hopefully that'll get started maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure we're actually going to hit tomorrow in this stream. Total bales produced on these 4 fields is 126. The yield was abysmal. It's one of the reasons why I'm clearing this out now, because I would like to get, between all our other jobs, a little bit of lime and fertilizer spray on these fields to bring their condition back up to ideal. Now, clover's a low nitrogen crop, so it's taken us a while to actually get these fields down to a point where the nitrogen levels are within the right area. But if I jump out here, you'll be able to see our pH is appalling. We've gone at least 4 harvests without lime, and at 2 to 3 harvests a year, that's not surprising. Probably something we're going to need to keep an eye on. Is that a bale at the top there? With precision farming in FS19. No, that's a hedge. Okay. Looks like I missed a couple of clumps of clover, but big scheme of things, not really a problem. But yeah, I think I pulled a row of bales coming up to this field. This is the first field I've done completely. We'll head out into 9 and over to 11 next. Then we'll finish off 9, do the cow pasture, and this thing can then join the collection of tractors we've got parked out the front of our yard. For lime, I'm probably going to use our new class. Hopefully it'll be okay with the huge spreader. Although the hills on these fields are quite a challenge. And bale collection will be using the truck, and obviously spraying will use the Valtra. But as far as Farm Sim 22 goes, it looks like the stars are aligning, and as soon as this series is, I'm going to say it's spring. So last day of summer, first day of spring, that should be the last day that we do anything on this farm. I'm not going to crate up sugar beets this year, which does take a long time. Not that screen, that screen. If we look here, sort of winter for wheat type crops, we don't have wheat, we have rye, I believe. So middle of winter we'll be selling stuff. We have, what was the other thing we had? Canola. Beginning of winter we have sunflowers again, which is end of winter, beginning of spring, and sugar beets, which is midwinter. So that's generally the point where we're going to be selling a load of stuff and deciding how successful was the farm after our however many years of play we put into it. I think the farm has been incredibly successful when you add up the value of the fields that we've bought and everything else. And then as soon as we've wrapped up here, I am kind of happy that we've got all of the significant mods I want on Farm Sim 22. I've heard the Black Sheep Modding's 40 series John Deere tractor is in initial testing. I don't know how long that's going to take to come through. But I really did like that model. I do like Black Sheep stuff. I don't use a lot of it, but what I do use, I'm very happy with. So we'll be including some of that. CMT Software's got a couple of tractors out, which will probably feature at some point on the new farm. The new farm is definitely going to be a start from scratch. So we are not going to have a big budget to splash out on awesome 400 horsepower tractors. But we're probably going to want to get into that realm at some point during the series. After this job's done entirely, we'll be relocating the JCB down to the BGA, because we are now looking at shipping all these bales down there. I think it'll take a little less time than it used to, our truck does have a greater capacity than the old one did. But yeah, as per usual, we'll just ship all the bales down to the BGA, let them ferment on site there, and then sell them as they become ready. But for right now, this is the job at hand. As I said, I'm going to split this up a bit. We'll start off right with the wrapping, and then I think possibly head out, grab the truck. We'll grab a few of these bales, possibly clear off 2-3 fields, then do a little bit of lime spreading. Might go cut field 5, bale it up, and maybe ship a few more. Thing is once we get down to field 5, I can do that as a take that out of the way. Oh, and that one. I can do that a lot on the worker, so I can start the mower set running. Did I move the one? No, I did not. Okay. Yeah, start the mower running and then move bales while I'm waiting for the mower to finish. Unfortunately, this is a manual job. The baling is a manual job. I'm not going to put the baler on follow me. It doesn't work very well if you're not driving the mower set. So we'll just live with what we can do and what we can't do. But yeah, this will not be a great income job today. At least I don't expect to get round to selling the bales. It'll take 3 days for them to ferment, so we'll be looking at the beginning of fall, and I don't expect to end summer this stream. That said, my Saturday plans look like they might not work out. It's hard to say at the moment. We did have some rather ominous clouds, which usually forebodes rain, and I was hoping to get the first cut of our yard grass today, but clouds are lightening up, so that might still be a thing. But yeah. Unfortunately, with our busy week and lots of stuff going on in the evening, I've not been able to cut the grass during the week. And the stream is failing. Why is the stream failing? Oh no, there we go. No, I got a bad stream. What I don't know is that me? Or is that... That's not really saying much. Twitch mess it up. I guess. Okay.
I heard it yesterday playing basketball.
Okay. So last one for this field, and we'll head over to 11. As I said, there's about 126 bales all told around here. Suppose I could do a clear out. That's the problem. I don't know how many bales or how clear I'll be able to get a field with our truck. Do I fetch it now? I don't know. Ah, that's not going to fit. I see the thing is the problem with all of this baling stuff is it is an intensely manual job, always has been. It's not as bad as say forage harvesting the field and then putting it in a bunker and rolling that or compressing that. So not entirely bad, but it can be a lot of the same thing. So the reason I swung down there is because I can get the one next to the tree. I kind of like to progress across the field and not leave anything behind. Did end up with one bale of straw come out, so we are 245 pounds richer than last week, although I think I also did a couple of off-screen fertilization contracts in the last week after the last episode. I might have done a couple of fertilizer contracts. Maybe I did it during the episode, I really can't remember. But 576,000 is quite a lot of money. I only remember us having just over 500,000. So I did actually start all of this yesterday. Must have played about 2 hours last night, just cutting the grass and baling. So, also had a little bit of a change around on the PC. I now have a USB hub on the desk, which has buttons so I can turn things on and off. I have a USB sound card, because my internal sound card failed for some reason. It's been getting a bit wiggy for a number of months now, but it just won't start up, and it has all my nice speakers on it, so I can now run my nice desktop speakers with the new sound adapter. Something else as well. Oh, I had to get a new headset because the old one broke, or the plastic on the old one broke, which means it won't stay on my head. But again, for now, the PC seems to be working quite well. Let's ignore that one. We'll come back to it. They're just too close, wrong angle. While the JCB is quite manoeuvrable, really didn't think I was going to make that. So there's a whole bunch of new maps came out this week. I think Maypole Farm, the latest Calmsden update, which includes adding linseed as a crop and fixing a whole host of other stuff. It includes the Precision Farm map. I think Maypole also includes a Precision Farm soil map. So definite options there. Although I think Maypole is supposedly an Irish map, although yeah, there are differences between the main UK island and Ireland. For the most part, they are very similar because same climax, same climate, and similar. What's the word for it? Animals and plants. I think the collective, or the collective term is biome, similar biomes. So you don't see significantly different animals. I mean, you might get different squirrels and different rabbits, but they're still squirrels and rabbits at the core. So yeah, similar families of trees, similar all the things. So I guess for the next few weeks, evening times, I'm probably going to be filling out on this farm, getting us through to the winter, and doing some personal look-see, what do I think about each of the maps that are coming out, and playable. As I said, I've always said I need something that inspires me. So, the maps I'm looking at, do they have something that works for me? I think Maypole is a very cattle-intensive map. It's got about 4 or 5 yards, but they tend to have multiple cattle sheds, whereas Calmsden just has one big one. But as I said, we'll see. I'll look at each of the maps, drive around them, possibly do a dummy startup to see how I feel with different options of starting up, before I make the final go decision. Okay, this is the map, this is where we're starting, and here are the plans. What are we doing here? Starbuck, yay! It's that 6 months subscription, thank you. And I should do something about that zombie. Maybe replace it with a tractor. But yes, we have awesome amounts of money, which most of that came in from the sheep, surprisingly. I'm not sure we've still got the thing here. New livestock sold animal. No, we've moved far enough along that all of our sheep sales and wool sales are off the calendar. I think that's one of the nice things about Farm Sim 22 is If we go back to this screen, this isn't days, this is months. So if you're playing a 5-day month, this is the sum of all 5 days of work on your farm. So I do like that. Unfortunately, this is daily, so if you're playing a 3-day, or we're playing a 9-day season, so 3 days per month effectively, you can't see more than a month and a half back. But yes, I needed this much money to buy the sugar beet harvester, and then on top of that, well, we're going to have all these bales to sell, so that's going to be more. And I probably got an absolute ton of digestate down at the BGA that I should come up with a plan to use, because right about now I don't have any. I've kind of been reserving it for field turnover, fast field turnover. So if I'm harvesting and I need to put a crop right in the ground, like when we did the barley corn deal last year, there was literally no time to do anything to the field except cultivate it and get the corn in the ground. So because of that, I ended up putting digestate down on those fields. But most of the time, the harvest we've already done, I've put oilseed radish in the ground, because we're not touching those fields for at least 5 months. Same is going to be true of the sunflower and sugar beet harvest. Sugar beets, I'm probably going to put sugar beets back in the ground there. Sunflowers, I could consider putting a cereal in the ground, and if I do that, then obviously that's a good use of digestate, although one of those fields is huge, so it's going to take an absolute ton of it. But we'll see how that works out. But having sunflowers in the mix, I don't want to overnight